What are we doing?
Does this mic work?
Hello? What are we doing? What are we doing?
You're listening to the only podcast that admits they might know what they are talking about.
Sounds like something a guy in a van would tell me.
This is We Might Know Sports.
I love you! Come on!
With Kevin,
Don't listen to Steffan and his stuff.
Steffan,
Fuck Philly.
and Cory.
I hope everyone has a ball.
We like sports and we don't care who knows.
He lines it up. O'Donnell on one knee. Gives him a look, extends his right arm. Scales sends it back. Placement made. Kick by Perky from 43. And it hit the upright. It is no good. On the crossbar.
No!
And the
God!
Eagles are celebrating here at Soldier Field.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Wait. Trubisky sucks.
So good you wanted to hear it twice, huh?
Yeah, I want to hear it twice. Wait, do we not get in trouble for instrumentals? We're good with this.
I never got in trouble for 50 Cent, so I'm going to go with it until I start seeing us get yanked.
I like it.
By YouTube, that is.
Well, here it is. Episode 104. We Might Know Sports. End of the year. Part 2. The real end of year show. With the two people that matter the most.
The two creators. The OG crew.
OGs.
It's okay. Cory will be on later.
Cory's on kid duty.
This definitely had a better start than when we first did it. First episode. I didn't even know if it was going out. That's my quote.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time coming.
Now we have digital backgrounds. All sorts of things.
It's nice.
Well, at least one of us.
I like it.
Different studios for both of us, actually. From episode 1.
Different stereos?
Studios.
Oh, studios. Yeah. Yeah, my studio actually stays lit now.
Better lighting. Can actually see Steffan's face. I did forget. I gotta introduce you to our new heads and tails person.
Oh boy. Should we do a heads and tails question right now?
Yeah, why not?
Should we let Cory come back next episode? Heads, yes. Tails, no.
Alexa, heads or tails?
I flipped a coin and got tails.
Oh no! Sorry, Cory.
Cory's not watching. He doesn't need to know. Alexa, you're a bitch. She didn't want to respond to that. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what happens when you go after our boy like that.
We'll have to reconsider that before next episode. See if we want to change our mind.
Yeah, with his theme or predictions.
Yeah. So,
what was it? Crazy
lot of action this weekend.
Yeah.
/ into Monday.
Weekend.
Extended weekend.
I consider Monday part of the weekend if we don't do a show on it.
Well, I consider it part of a weekend if there's a national championship on it.
Yeah.
So we count it as a weekend.
Ooh. You wanna sneak peek into where my mind is going with Kevin's question of the week? So it's gonna be a lot of Super Bowl related questions for a little while. And the one before the Super Bowl, I'm gonna ask whether or not Super Bowl should be a national holiday. So be prepared to debate that.
At least the Super Bowl though is still played on a Sunday. So
yeah.
That's the only positive part of that.
Yeah, and on the West Coast, it's not as bad.
But the Monday after should be definitely considered a holiday.
See, I think West Coast people are bitches, I mean, the game's over with by like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Right.
I get it for the East Coast, but West Coast, come on.
Yeah, it's not like you guys get any snow or anything. I'm just bitching about having to stay up till 8 o'clock at night to watch the game. And come on, y'all need to just chill.
These whole like SU tip times happen at 5 o'clock for me.
Yeah, that was a late game the other night, 8 o'clock tip time.
They got a couple 8 o'clock games. I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know either. Not even like primetime games. Like,
yeah, they're all on their stupid Raycom station.
Yeah. But, alas, let's get into some, start off with here, some college football.
Sure. Why not?
Talk right about the great championship game. I tuned out pretty quickly. Once I realized Alabama just decided not to show up. Do you feel like maybe they should have done what they did to Jalen Hurts last year and gone with a switch and seen what happens? Or do you think it was more issues than just quarterback play?
It was definitely more issues than quarterback play. A lot was Alabama's defense just had no answers for Clemson in general. They had multiple plays where it was over 50 yards, and when you're giving up those type of plays a lot, you're in for some trouble. Just remember, Lawrence was brought in against Syracuse,
right?
Basically to give Bryant a chance to transfer without penalty and to get Lawrence ready for the national championship game. Granted, he ended up getting hurt in the Syracuse game, so he only played for like the first half, but I mean, it's the way football's going right now where it's pass. It's all about passing. It used to be running quarterbacks. Now it's passing quarterbacks again. We'll see how long that lasts. It's going to be interesting. I know Tua is going to be a junior next year, so he's got one more chance at redemption. But I think Lawrence, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Clemson. They're giving up their whole defensive line probably and offensive line. So
Clemson does it every year. You're talking about Clemson. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alabama I was talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, Alabama, I don't know who they're losing, who they're not getting back, but I know their defensive line could have left last year, so I'm assuming they're seniors this year.
Right.
I think it'll be a different Clemson team, but they will have Lawrence and that stud receiver that broke out in the national championship game. I can't even remember his name right now. Ross.
Yeah, I can.
Justin Ross.
Oh, yeah.
I put it in our notes, Steffan.
Huh?
I put it in our notes. I was like, oh, yeah. So I enjoyed watching it mainly because I didn't want to see Alabama win. That way I could say I was the only one voted for the number one team all season. You're welcome.
Such a fluke.
It wasn't necessarily a fluke. I just knew if Clemson got to face Alabama in the national championship, Clemson was going to win this year just because of, like I said, they had the defensive line, and then it all was going to matter on the offense. And the way they finished the season off, it looked like their offense was going to get enough points. I didn't think it was going to be 44 points. I thought it was going to be like 28 or something that they were going to need to win, but
yeah, I was definitely not expecting that result. If they were going to go down, I figured they would have been a closer game. They would have lost, but
yeah,
they just got absolutely manhandled that game.
And I mean, I don't even know what the ratings were. We could probably look that up.
I know that they didn't sell a lot of tickets for the game.
Well, it was San Francisco. What is it?
No, I know the location played a part in it, but I mean, I also think people, especially when you're going to a place that's not really close to either home team, like
Yeah.
People are just bored of seeing Alabama and Clemson every year. So,
like last year, it was in Atlanta between Georgia and Alabama, so it's just like a destiny for. Ooh, wow. Apparently, America does not like the fact that Alabama and Clemson are starting to face off against each other a lot. Let's see here. Lowest rating since 2012.
I was going to say, probably didn't have very good ratings.
Trying to see. What would have beat it out? I don't know what else was on. I wasn't really. Oh, I wonder what takes like into context for the rating too, because I know I was watching it on all sorts of different like channels, because ESPN's got like 12 different. They had like
they do all the home things.
They did the home away. They also did it. It was a 14.6, which it was cable's best, depending on who you look at. That's funny. ESPN has it as a 16.2. Other websites are saying 14.6. So interesting.
Either way,
it's still a lot of people watching. I mean, I think
it's still a lot of people watching, but
I think what was probably going on was that people were watching and streaming like the way things are going.
Possibly, yeah.
Since it's on
people
ESPN.
Are cutting cable now.
25.3.
Do they not count? They don't count the streaming?
Oh. I don't know. Let's see here. Viewership topped out at 26. Thanks. Lovely ads.
I just getting all sorts of conflicting.
This is from USA Today. Combined is 14.6 overnight rating. I don't know what that means.
Either way, I just don't think I feel like whenever the same teams end up in the championships,
there's 2.5 million less than when the first championship happened. So I mean,
the first time they played each other.
Yeah.
I just think people are getting tired of the same old. I mean,
fifth time's the charm.
Yeah, let's hope not. Speaking of, do you think that it is going to be a part 5?
I don't think so. I think you're going to see in my
up-and-comers.
My wacky world of love for Syracuse, I think you're going to see Syracuse beat Clemson, go into the playoffs. No. I honestly don't see both of them matching up. I feel like you're going to get like a Clemson losing to Syracuse, though, or Alabama losing to Georgia, I think, next year, just because you can't.
But do you think that keeps either of them out of the
I think it makes it
playoffs?
I think it may make it so they have to face off in like the semifinals, maybe.
Right.
And that way you don't see the 1 versus 2. Coincidentally, the number 1 seed has never won the college football playoffs.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Fun fact. I think when Alabama won it last year, they were a 4 seed.
Oh, yeah.
And then the year before that, Clemson was a 2 seed. And the year before that, Alabama was a 2 seed. And it was Florida State versus Oregon. And Florida State won as like a 2 or a 3 seed. I think. Don't quote me on that one.
I was all about Oregon that year, too. That was with Chip Kelly, wasn't it?
I think that was like Marcus Mariota's last season.
Yeah.
2, yeah. And then they just got smoked.
Yeah.
I will say my favorite championship game of all time will still be that Texas versus USC game.
I was literally just going to say that if you didn't say it. That's like the only one that really sticks in my head.
I remember
With Reggie Bush and Vince Young, right?
Mm-hmm. Keith Jackson making the calls, and I remember. I think that's when I started liking like Texas football before they started to suck, because Syracuse already sucked at that time.
That's probably when I started liking USC, to be honest.
So I got a trip to Texas coming up in April, so I'll be getting maybe a Longhorns hat. Hopefully, I'll be going to Austin this time. So
I don't even know who your favorite teams are anymore.
No, it's still Syracuse.
A little bit of everybody.
When push comes to shove, college-wise, it's Syracuse.
Yeah, I know.
Not like this is orange or anything, and the other side's blue.
There's no proof. Sorry. Yeah. It's not blue. I've never seen it.
I had to do a video for school, introduction video, and I noticed that I had like the national champions poster over there and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So it was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot I had it.
Oh, man. So college football comes to an end. Now we got
the two schools that started the podcast still meeting in the playoffs.
That is true.
It all started because I was convinced Clemson was going to win that year.
Yeah. Did they end up winning it that year?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. I don't know how my feelings were last year. Who knows? I've sat there and was like, Alabama's going to win. They're out for revenge. Who knows?
So yeah, what do they have next? They're still doing are they all done with signing period, or is that?
Signing period, I think, comes back soon.
Comes back.
I think it's February 9th. For some reason, a 9 sticks out in my head. So we'll go with February 9th.
So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, get to see Syracuse dance around in the top 10 a little bit next year.
I know they were number 15 in a lot of people's way too early top 25. So
I think interesting to see. No more Dungy, so we'll see if they can carry over that success.
Well, the thing that's really on their side, though, is their scheduling. Joe talked about it last week, but I think their toughest team is Maryland, non-conference, and then they have Holy Cross and a bunch of other no names. For some reason, Holy Cross is the only one. Maybe Albany. It's really nice scheduling. Finally, we're not shooting ourselves in the foot.
But at the same time, I mean, it makes it harder to climb up the rankings if you're not playing anybody.
Yes and no, but you're also getting that preseason work. They have Notre Dame coming up in a year or two after, so it's very hard to. Well, they also have Rutgers too. I forgot about them. That's gonna be a real hard one. But I mean, you play in a division where you have Clemson and maybe Florida State, depending on what happens with Tigers.
Yeah, let's not jump on Florida State for a little bit.
Let's see what happens next year, and then maybe we'll adjust our scheduling afterward. But I mean,
BC's usually decent. NC States are usually halfway decent.
It's not a bad division to be in for Syracuse now. When they first went, it was Florida State, Clemson, and then your guess is as good as mine. It was 1A, 1B, and then the rest of the division.
Yeah.
Now it's Clemson, and then the rest of the division. So, and we've seen Clemson can be beat. I think they've only been beat 4 times in the last 2 years, though. So 3 years, 4 years, 3 or 4 years, somewhere in there.
I mean, if they can win those marquee matchups, if they can beat Clemson and then beat all the other teams that they're supposed to beat.
Yeah, if they run the table, they're in the playoffs.
Well, yeah. clearly.
Because they're in the.
Not arguing that at all.
They're in a decent enough conference, and now that they've made their presence known in the top 25, they'll start there at least.
Mm-hmm.
Where if they were starting unranked, that would be a different topic of.
Right.
I think. So I'm not worried.
No. I think they got a good chance. They just can't have any slip ups.
And I think I may have just texted Joe this, or maybe we talked about it on the podcast, but I liked how the freshmen were the transfers were lurking, so.
Looking good.
Yeah, a running back and a wide receiver, and granted it was Dungy, but still, I mean, I'm definitely with that running back. Syracuse's running back's been like,
It'll be interesting. I'll try to get to a couple games. I'll go to the Clemson game.
That one's going to be the expensive one.
Yeah.
Maybe the dome will actually sell out.
I got money to burn.
Ooh, must be nice.
Won't be that expensive. Maybe I'll just get season tickets next year and just sell the games I don't go to.
Yeah, that's probably the easier move. It's like 200, 300.
Yeah,
like
it's not even that much.
Yeah.
I know you can get like end zone seats. I don't know if they're still, because now that Syracuse is starting to have some success, they might up it. But they were like $100 for like 300 level end zone seats.
Yeah, I remember I used to go back and forth between wanting tickets and whatnot.
I thought about doing that for college basketball, just getting season tickets and then just selling whatever games I don't go to.
Yeah.
So those are like 1,000, 1,200 or something like that. Or you can get them even cheaper, depending on where you get your seats.
I know
they're like 800 or something like that.
They want that also like an extra like 1,000 if you want to keep your seats.
Yeah, something like that. You can like move up your seats and stuff. I don't know. I might do it. It would have been nice just to have like the Duke tickets already and stuff, but you don't have to worry about it. But we'll see. So, you want to stay on college and just talk about some college basketball, or
why not?
Let's go right into college. Stay in college, kids. So, Syracuse got a couple wins under their belt here in conference play. It's been like 2 weeks since we did a top 25.
Yeah.
It's hard to like go in like 2 weeks and like trying to change up your top 25.
I
feel like I just started fresh with mine. I was like,
I'm not even gonna try and figure out who had what on Monday.
No. I just started fresh and I just like whatever.
I think Cory he did his either on Monday or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
This might have been his from last week. Might not have changed.
All I know is Nevada should not be 2. So Cory,
right.
if you're listening,
that's what I'm thinking. I don't think he changed it at all for this week.
Maybe
this is whatever he had last week.
Michigan.
I think he did his. Oh, is this his on the next week?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
yeah, that's definitely his. Oops.
Wrong week. He was just like, oh, well, he didn't do week 9.
So. All right. Well,
Cory.
That kind of throws things off a little bit.
Let's just recap last week then while I do a quick update.
All right. So, Syracuse got a couple big wins, I guess, kind of.
They got conference wins. That's what matters, I think, right now for them.
Yeah.
That way, when it comes to selection Sunday and you have a 9-9 record, you can say, hey, we have 9 wins in our conference. I think that's what that's coming down to.
Somehow they'll still end up letting them into the tournament. So ACC teams.
I will say one thing that Syracuse has done, though, is they put Dolezaj in the starting lineup, and it seems to be working for him offensively. Dolezaj has been going off.
Yeah.
So that's probably like the only bright spot. What the fuck?
So there's 5 teams on the ACC still undefeated in conference play. Virginia Tech, Virginia, Cuse, Duke, North Carolina. Do any of them meet up anytime soon?
Syracuse plays Duke on Monday. I was surprised that wasn't included in our...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, why did he include that?
I don't know. Because it's not 50%.
Guess so.
It was like 92 last I saw.
Maybe he just didn't think that you'd bite on it.
It would have been a hard call if I did pull. Right now, I'm comfortably in the lead. Try not to...
I mean, we can throw it in.
No, I'm good.
No, you don't want to throw it in?
We can do a side bet. I mean, if you want to do a side
bet. Nothing to side bet about.
Do like shots. Add a shot total. Syracuse wins. You all have to do 3 shots. If Syracuse loses, I have to shotgun a beer. I don't know.
I gotta make some moves here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, you're not making those moves this week.
Yeah.
Unless you just changed it. All right.
Change what?
Your picks.
Why would I? I don't need to change my picks. I have 3 out of 5 are the same as yours. So
yeah, that's what I mean. You gotta make some moves on me. Or are you just trying to come in second at this point?
I'm just trying to get picks right at this point. I didn't base my picks off of your picks. I just based.
Well, yeah, I waited mainly because I didn't know. I don't want to have a situation like last week where we had 6 games. I'm trying to keep my probability of getting ones wrong.
Oh, we could do like 10 games next week or something.
Not if they're all the same. I'll let you guys pick first. It's a legitimate strategy.
What?
It's a legitimate strategy.
Yes. So what do we have? Do we have 2 weeks of? Wait, no, we did. We did a podcast. Okay, never mind. We just didn't do the rankings. Okay.
Yeah.
So last week's picks, we got Michigan State at Ohio State. Cory went Ohio State. Was let down. Not really sure what he was thinking there.
Yeah.
Next game we had Nebraska at Iowa. Cory still riding high on this Nebraska team. I don't know what it is about this Nebraska team. He just loves them.
I don't know. Spoiler alert: he picked them this week too.
I know.
I debated just because.
At least this week, though, they are at home, right?
No, it's an away game. That's why I picked Indiana. That's what it came down to. I was like, Nebraska's on a bad streak, but I mean, we'll talk about it later.
Then we had UNC, NC State. Your only pick wrong. Ended up being kind of close. I think it was like single digits.
Yeah, I think I went NC State just because it was a home game, and UNC hadn't proven themselves on the road just yet. So
fair enough. That was also NC State's first loss or second loss, I think.
I think first or second loss. First loss in the conference at least. So
yeah. Then we had Oklahoma and Texas Tech. That did not work out for me. Went with Oklahoma. Unfortunate. I think they kept it kind of close. I think it ended up being a single-digit loss. Then Syracuse at Notre Dame. I thought, Notre Dame playing at home could pull it out. I was wrong. Syracuse handled them pretty well. Notre Dame, I think they did hang around a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to blow Syracuse out, and Syracuse isn't going to blow you out. So
Right. Then this game, I don't know how you got this one right, but UConn, UCF.
Because I looked at the schedule. I looked at who UCF has played and who UConn has played, and UConn is not as impressive just because they beat Syracuse. I try not to think with my heart sometimes, and that's where that came in from. I was just like,
Yeah, but it was a home game. It was really a toss-up, but it really wasn't a toss-up because they get blown out or something too. Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Kevin went another 4-1, no, 5-1. So
Yeah, even
games.
better. Your guys' strategy to slowly pick away backfired on you.
Yeah, I gotta figure something.
You both
out
went 3-3, so I gained 2 games instead of 1.
Yeah, so I went 3-3, so at least I was 500, and Cory also went 3-3. Did it in very different ways, but we both got to the same result. Moving on to this week's picks, we've got Texas Tech at Texas. You guys are going Texas Tech. I think Brewer is also in agreement with Texas Tech at that point. I'm going to go out on a limb here and go with Texas at home. Hoping for the upset. They looked good earlier this year. I know they kind of fell off a little bit, but I think Shaka will get them ready for this game. Game 2, we have Ohio State at Iowa.
Steffan Cory's just not sold on Iowa, apparently.
It's either that or he's just all in on Ohio State and Nebraska. Cory, the only one going to Ohio State again. We are going with Iowa. And then we have Villanova at Creighton. Me and Cory going Villanova. Kevin's going Creighton, so that'll probably be his one wrong.
Home team. That's why I'm going with it.
And then we have Nebraska at Indiana. Me and Kevin going Indiana with Cory going with Nebraska.
Just going to get him some Cornhusker stuff.
That's got to be like his second favorite college team.
Ohio State and Nebraska.
Then our last game is Wisconsin.
We're going to have that game as pick 'em.
Nebraska, yeah. When Nebraska and Ohio State play.
Make them.
That'll have to be. They'll probably just won't pick or something. Wisconsin at Maryland's our last game. Me and Kevin going Maryland. Too many of our picks are the same this week. So that's why I'm going to switch it up. Pull it audible. I'm going Wisconsin. All right. And Cory is also going Wisconsin.
Cory picks all these close games with the percentages, but doesn't ever pick with the percentages, it seems like. He's got Texas Tech.
Yeah. Doesn't need to.
Yeah, hasn't worked out for me at all,
Yeah.
21 games above 500.
So I'm surprised that Cory didn't put a Gonzaga game in this week.
What, the San Francisco one?
Yeah, it's at San Francisco.
Oof.
That'll actually be probably a tough game.
Well, I don't know. Not enough love from us to get them into top 25. So,
well,
but
they get that win over Gonzaga.
They do have Duke. Cory not showing Michigan any love. Got him at 4. Hasn't lost a game yet still. Just saying.
I mean, San Fran has the same record as Gonzaga right now.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
And they're actually a half a game ahead of them in the conference.
We'll ask them when.
And they've also beaten St. Mary's already.
And
no, that's it. Should be a good game. I will definitely try to watch that if it's on ESPN too.
Gonzaga is 25.5 point favorites over their game tonight.
Yeah, the game tonight is not going to be a game.
Gonzaga is 75.7% favored against San Francisco.
That's probably why you didn't pick it. I mean, I don't know if you would. I definitely wouldn't have picked San Francisco. Obviously, we probably would have all picked Gonzaga anyway.
I'm looking. Speak to me. I mean, they got to win over Stanford.
I don't really have too many.
They didn't play their Arizona State game. I think
I know. That would have been a very telling game right there.
Yeah, but they only lost to Buffalo by 4.
Yeah, that's why I had them ranked at one point. But then they lost to UCSB, and I still have them ranked, but that's kind of a plus.
Holy shit. Tickets for as low as $186.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a packed house in San Francisco.
Well, that's basically their national championship right there.
Yeah, you got tickets for $4, $5. All right. Let's see here. I don't know we didn't really do, we got to get better at doing our basketball poll. So maybe we'll start doing it. Having it done by Monday or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Texas.
I always forget about it.
Yeah. I don't forget about it. I just don't want to do it. It's coming off of the college football hangover. It's like,
All right. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Nah, we'll start getting better at this now that we're playing some meaningful games. But I will make note that St. John's squeezed it in, tied for 24th in our top 25. 3-way tie for 24.
Very nice.
Also, North Texas getting some love from me.
Yeah, only from you.
They're 15-1.
Yeah. Who are they beating?
They've beaten.
Waiting. Come on.
Hold on.
Without looking it up, can't do it.
I was just surprised that they were 15-1. Come on. They're gonna beat UTEP, but they have beaten Southern Miss, La Tech, Indiana State. I don't know if you remember the Sycamores. They beat Rice. They beat Portland. They beat Maine in overtime. And the loss to Oklahoma by 16. It's their one loss. Oklahoma with a win. All right. With that,
College basketball, I got to do my bracketology too.
yeah, you're overdue. You're supposed to have it last week.
Don't rush greatness, okay?
Greatness, you haven't even started. So how?
Don't
how am I
rush
rushing?
greatness. You don't know if I've started. Maybe I have it on a private.
We need to get like a bet going to see like if you can get the division right, the seed.
No, I know.
Right.
I was gonna say
We'll come up with
you
something.
you guys will have to look at it because I don't want anybody to think I'm cheating.
We'll come up with something.
I was thinking like I could get like a point if I guessed the right team.
I think Cory said if you had like the right team, and it was like 32, I think was the or wasn't there like, well, I'll have to watch back, but I'm pretty sure he laid out like a minimum number that you had to hit. And I don't even think you were close.
Oh, yeah. Was that just for that was for the right teams and their seeds or something, right?
I think it was just for like right teams in the right division, maybe, or something.
Oh, so the right division's hard.
Yeah.
I think it's right team with the right seed.
I don't know. Maybe Cory will...
I mean, at least then, like they can end up in any division. Like you have a better chance. You have 4 chances of getting that seed. So
yeah,
if you gotta pick the right division, that's tough. I should get bonus points if I pick them in the right division.
Mm-hmm.
I should be I get a point for like every team that I pick with the right seed, and then like bonus points for the right division too, right bracket, right region. That's what I'm looking for.
Figure it out. We'll work it out, and then you can put it in your big notebook of bets.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I am 1 for 1 so far.
What was it? A $25 bet for
$25 bet for Eagles over Bears.
Oh yeah, that's right. Great segue.
Going into some NFL talk. EAGLES Eagles. Big win. 16-15. Cody Parkey, former Eagle, blowing the field goal after making the field goal before a timeout was called.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That was probably literally. I was actually literally. Sorry. Remember when I was telling Cory about who the Bengals were going to hire?
Uh-huh.
It said, I just got a update. It says Bengals would like to hire Zach Taylor, the Rams QB coach, as head coach, but they have to wait till their season ends, like I was saying. But yeah, no, when that field goal went up and I thought I saw it hit the post, and I swear I thought it hit the post and then went in, and I was like stunned at first, and I was like, no. And then I saw the refs like waving like no, and I was like, ah!
See, I saw it hit the post. I was like, wait, it still could go over. It still could go. And then I saw it hit the bottom. I was like, fuck.
But yeah, then you see it like hit in front of the ground, and it's like, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad.
By the way, partially blocked, and he was your only offense. So back off, Chicago Bears fans.
Right.
Also, side note, Chicago, if you want, you can try and win beer for a year, kicking a 43-yard field goal down at Goose Island Brewery this weekend.
Yeah, I just love how upset people get about a kicker missing it. Like,
fuck field goal.
Act like that was the reason they lost the game.
Yeah, not their shitty offense.
As the whole rest of the game, after you guys played like absolute garbage the whole game.
Wasn't there a couple times where they got it to the goal line and didn't score, or was that another game?
He made 3 field goals before that, or something like that.
4, because it was 15, right? No, or 5. No, 4.
Right?
Yeah,
I think they scored 1 touchdown.
something like that. I don't know.
They scored a touchdown.
Either way, he made a bunch of field goals.
They had 9. They scored a touchdown. I think they went for 2.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever.
But yeah, and then so yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I thought it was a great game. Very defensive game. Both defenses stepped up, I thought, pretty well. Bears defense has been good pretty much all year, but can't stop a backup quarterback apparently, so it's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, I still haven't made my pick. I got to decide by the Eagles or the Saints.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, like I'm tired of getting burned by the Eagles.
Keep going against them.
Yeah. I used to be able to know them.
Yeah, remember those days?
But I got to catch up to Cory. Cory's got a game advantage on me.
I made it some ground, didn't I? No, because we haven't started the second round yet. I missed 2, right?
You missed 1.
Oh, just 1.
Oh, 2. Yeah, you had Seahawks too.
That's Seahawks, yeah.
I was looking at the AFC for you. Yeah.
Yeah, we both missed Seahawks.
I can't have 2 different than Cory, so I gotta go 500. I gotta make it interesting. Worst case scenario, you end up taking the lead. But whatever. Risk I'm willing to take right now.
So other games that happened this last weekend. Had the Colts and Texans in a very lackluster game.
God, that game was just... I was glad I was not paying attention to that
Colts
game.
got off to an early lead, and Texas, I don't think, scored till like the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I saw the last touchdown. I was out day drinking with the wife, though, so...
Nice.
We went to a couple cideries, enjoyed a couple bevs.
Where's my invite? Why didn't I get FaceTime invite?
You didn't ask?
I'm thinking about going to sorry, side note here. I have 4 days off. I have Thursday through Sunday off next week.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about just going out to Boston. I was trying to get somebody to go with me, but nobody was wanting us to go, so I'm probably just going to go by myself.
Go to Boston for what, though? Go to Celtics?
Go to Celtics game. They're playing against Memphis on Friday. And then just do, hit up some breweries and stuff.
Just be balling, huh?
Yeah. Anyways.
So
maybe I'll go to the
up.
Patriots game because they'll be playing at home. And
that's not going to happen, so shut your horse mouth.
It's happening. Look at my picks.
I saw. That doesn't mean
that's what's going to happen. Patriots.
You're 1-1 in the AFC right now. Calm your horses. Jesus.
Listen, the Ravens was a stretch. These other ones, these aren't stretches. Not a stretch at all.
Ravens was not a stretch. Ravens, I give you, because they had just met, but it all came down to whether or not the Chargers could adjust to the type.
The Ravens defense did a good job. It was the Ravens offense. It was just absolute garbage.
Which was the opposite. They didn't run as well against the Chargers this time. That game also not exactly exciting to watch.
Right.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, it was pretty much like a field goal game for a while there, and then Chargers got a touchdown or two, maybe, I think.
Let's see here. We had...
Might even just one.
It was field goal. And then, I think they went for two.
Oh. Yeah,
at the time, mathematically, it made sense.
They did 5 field goals and then went for 2, or maybe 4 field goals, went for 2.
Well, I can tell you the first half was nothing but field goals. I know that much. Yeah. So it was 12.
Either way, the Ravens defense was stopping them and giving the Ravens a chance, but the Ravens weren't doing jack shit with it.
The offense for the Ravens didn't get the ball on the other side of the 50 until the second half. And that was just because it was a really bad punt.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Lamar Jackson. I don't think he lasts for that long, but he's obviously a great athlete. I have nothing against him there. But I think quarterback-wise and managing a game, I mean, you can only run your quarterback so much. We've all seen it. How often does a running quarterback actually take their team to a Super Bowl and win?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they're primarily a running quarterback,
Yeah.
And I just don't see him being the answer for them unless he can get more confidence in the pocket. I mean, when he was at Louisville, he was a decent quarterback then, wasn't throwing wise.
Yeah, he was all around.
Yeah. So it might just take a little bit for him to get used to reading defenses and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'll be interested to see what happens with Flacco this offseason. I know for a fact that he's not happy being a backup right now. So whether some other team takes a chance, I don't know, maybe Jacksonville or something. I don't know. Somebody's got to take a chance on him, make a play at him.
Well, a lot of things are going on, and I don't think we're going to talk about it right now, but with all the coaching changes and what's going on there, There's even talks of Arizona trading Rosen so they can
that's
draft
not going to happen.
Murray.
That's not gonna happen.
You say these things, but
it's not going to happen.
The head coach just got fired from Texas Tech, so who knows anymore? And not to mention the Jets picking up the Dolphins fired head coach. Like, we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the same thing as the Bills picking up the Jets fired coach when they picked up Rex Ryan.
Yeah. So
I mean, they like to keep their coaches in the division.
Yeah, apparently. Well, to be fair, the Dolphins always beat the Jets. So maybe that's why.
Maybe. Then the last game of the weekend there was the Cowboys and Seahawks. Not actually the last game of the weekend, but our last game to talk about. Cowboys were pretty much in control of the game for the most part. Seahawks made a little run there at the end.
Janikowski got hurt, so they had to go for 2. Pulled a hammy.
Jeez. I mean, but I mean, even if they had gotten the extra point, they would still have been down.
No, I'm just saying that's why it's 22, is because they had to go for 2 twice and they succeeded both times.
I gotcha.
But they missed a field goal. I think it was a drop kick or something like that. They did a drop kick, extra point, and yeah.
I think I did see that.
Got interesting.
But yeah, now we gotta listen to the Cowboys, and how great they are.
Win one game. It sounds like they
won one
the Super
playoff
Bowl.
game.
Super Bowl champs.
That brings us to this week. We have the Saints and the Eagles. That will be Sunday at 4:40. You guys are both going Saints. I will take the Eagles. I think this is a different Eagles team than the first time they played. I think that they are out to prove something. I think, I don't think anybody believes in them, just like last year, and I think that they kind of take that to heart when nobody believes in them.
I still don't believe in them.
I know you don't.
But if they do win this weekend, I'll pick them next weekend just for you.
Even if they're going against the Rams again?
Yeah, I'm tired of this crap. Getting burned by the Eagles. Bet you Cory does the same thing too.
I don't know. I feel like if they went against the Rams, he'd take the Rams. If they went against the Cowboys, he might take the Eagles. But I don't think he would pick the Rams to lose to the Eagles. But who knows? Cory's a wild card. The other NFC game, we have the Cowboys at the Rams. Pretty much unanimous decision here. We're all going with.
So the Cowboys are probably going to end up winning just to spite us all.
That'll be a Saturday game at 8:15. Ooh, I'll be able to watch that game. Nice.
Winning.
Man, I wish the Eagles were playing that one instead. That would be nice. Going on to the AFC games, we have the Chiefs and the Colts.
Hold on a second. Just out of curiosity, who do you think is going to be the first one you hear from if the Eagles lose?
Out of like everybody I know, or out of
everybody? Because it's not me. I never, when you lose, unless it's to Tampa Bay, you never hear from me. Cause I'm not that guy. Because usually my team's not much better. So,
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be as bad this year as if they had lost last year because they were the number 1 seed last year.
The Eagles
in the NFC, yeah, they went like 13-3 last year. Remember?
The Eagles won though.
I know, but I'm saying I said if they had lost last year.
I
don't think it'll be as bad as it would have been if they had lost last year.
Fair.
Just because I don't think anybody's really expecting them to do anything in the playoffs. So if they lose, it'll just be like nobody's really expecting them. Like,
yeah, but you got a lot of enemies out there.
I do, but I don't like a lot of. I actually don't really even talk to that many Cowboys fans, honestly.
That's good. I don't want to associate yourself with them anyway.
I mean, I know a few, but one's a girl and she never really says anything when it comes down to those games.
What's a cowboy?
Yeah, I can't think of anybody else really. I kind of try to distance myself from them as much as possible. I'll probably hear something. I mean, if they get like blown out or something, I'll hear from like Gary or Sean. More than likely, you guys will say something. My buddy Dave that plays in our fantasy league, he'll probably say something. And I'll probably hear from my Eagles fans being like, "What the fuck is going on?" Blah blah blah.
We had this in the bag.
I don't think anybody thinks we have this game in the bag, so. But yeah, no, I think it'll be a good game. So I'm hoping that I'm definitely hoping it's better than the last time they played. So
yeah,
I can't imagine it getting much worse than the last time they played. AFC wise, we got the Chiefs and Colts. You guys are all in on the Chiefs. I think the Colts are the hot team. I'm going with 2 6 seeds. Man, what the fuck am I doing? Just realized that.
Doubling down.
Oh, man. So more likely I'm getting at least one of these wrong, if not both.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, Cory. Steffan just came to the realization that he's picking 2 6 seeds this week in NFL. So
Yeah, I just figured he was trying to catch up.
No, that's going with my heart. That's my heart and my brain at the same time.
I don't know about the brain part.
Needless to say, you changed your picks. You were picking Chargers for a while, and then all of a sudden you've gone Patriots.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm hearing about Sony Michel practicing. So I think he could be a big factor. Because I'm pretty sure Boza and Ingram will come off the edges pretty strong. So as long as they can get the screen pass going to Michel, I like it.
Well, Tom Brady's going to break his leg, so...
I think it's still going to be the most interesting game. I feel like just as easily the Patriots could look really old because it's not like Gronk has had a great year. And Edelman did just look good against the Jets, but it was the Jets, so I'm not that excited.
What are you trying to say about my Jets?
Cory, before I forget, I just want to read you a little notification I got from ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
It says,
yeah.
Bengals would like to hire Zach Taylor, the Rams QB coach, as head coach after Los Angeles' season ends, per Adam Schefter himself. Oh, and Chris Mortensen.
Well, perfect. That means it's probably real.
So, I just wanted to let you know I told you so. Moving on.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate
Told you so.
I'm pulling for the Colts and Patriots just so I can go to Boston. I'll just go to Patriots. Fuck it. Go to Patriots game.
Ooh, Kevin, you took the Chargers and the Colts?
Chargers and Chiefs.
The Chargers and the Chiefs?
I'm not that crazy. I need to keep up with you somehow. I'm 0-2 in the NFC, so I only took one different from you this week.
Well, I think I went chalk, so the only difference you did was the Chargers.
Yeah. They're the only team, other than the Eagles, I was torn. I was like, I'm getting tired of getting burned by the Eagles, so
yeah.
I told Steffan,
Same here.
If the Eagles win this week, though, I'm taking the Eagles next week for the Super Bowl pick.
Yeah. I was the same here. I feel nervous about going against the Eagles just because they seem to have like that miracle run. But at the same token, if I had to put money on my picks, I would definitely feel more comfortable with my NFC picks than what's going on in the AFC because I have no idea who's going to win those two games.
Yeah, the AFC it's really a coin flip there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I feel like any of these games could go either way, honestly.
Seems like maybe we're all in agreement that the Cowboys have the biggest uphill climb.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but at the same time,
I think the Rams game is the most lopsided. If I had to pick one, I'm the most certain the Rams will win that game.
I do agree to a point, but at the same time, I won't be surprised if the Cowboys won. Just because, I mean, as much as I hate them, like I will admit, they've been playing pretty good. I mean, Murray Cooper, has brought a different element to their team, and then obviously the run game, and the Rams are actually, from what I heard, struggle to stop.
They're horrible.
Yeah. So
they allow 5.7 yards a carry, and Zeke had the highest yards per carry.
Be, pretty unstoppable on the offensive end.
They could be. I don't know. If there was a week for the Rams defense to show why they're so overpaid, this should be the week.
and watch us consider all these games pretty much like toss-ups, and then it just turn all like blowouts or some shit.
I know. Sometimes that could happen. That's the only one I'm worried that could happen. We're saying toss-ups is the Chargers choking in Foxborough, just because it's so hard to win there.
Yeah, but I think aren't they undefeated technically away from home, even though their home games aren't even home games?
Who? The Chargers?
The Chargers.
How many of those road games were in the Northeast in the dead of winter?
Yeah, but they still won at Arrowhead. I mean, they're no toss-up games, and they just came from Baltimore, so it wasn't exactly warm there.
No, I'm not. Well, I don't think that's going to be a blowout. I'm just saying that could be a possible.
Yeah, I know.
Temperatures have dropped. In case you didn't catch the memo.
I mean,
who's what?
What?
I was telling Kevin that the temperatures have dropped in case he didn't catch the memo.
I don't know. It's a balmy 50 degrees over here.
A little warmer last weekend than it's going to be this weekend.
Let's see.
Well, and I love Phillip Rivers, but he doesn't have a great playoff track record. So
was that Rivers?
It's a new Phillip. He's been reborn.
Yeah,
Ninth child's a charm.
Trust me, I won't be mad if he beats Tom Brady. I'm getting a little sick of that. So.
I think it's his year. I think the team has been really good this year compared to seasons in the past lately, and I think it's going to come down to the Chargers' defense. I think the way they've been playing lately, they shut down Jackson quite nicely compared to 3 weeks ago, and I think they're healthy, so that helps too.
That's big. And then they think they have. I know Darius Leonard, the linebacker for the Colts, is up there for Rookie of the Year defensively, but I'm pretty sure Derwin James, the Chargers safety, is not far behind him.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a different Patriots team. I think they're starting to show a little age, and by age I mean Tom Brady. He hasn't been his Tom Brady self.
Either is Gronk or Edelman.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I mean, that's why they play the games, I guess.
I will not bet against Tom Brady until he gives me a reason to bet against him.
So you have Philly versus the Patriots against Steffan.
So yeah, I'm pretty much all in on Eagles Patriots again.
Whoa, you're skipping to our next segment.
Sorry. But yeah, no, then that should be interesting playoff weekend.
I'm excited. I'll get to watch a lot of it.
I will get to watch very little of it. One game I'll be able to watch.
I hope I can watch all of it.
It's probably the game I have the least interest in. Cowboys Rams.
Cowboys Rams.
Yeah, I want to watch fucking Cowboys.
I think I'm looking at your picks, Steffan. I think some of these are the same as last year.
Well, yeah, I know a couple of them are.
Mm-hmm. So let's jump into it, Cory. That's why we got you on the... Apparently the cat came back.
We're going in our predictions for 2019.
Yeah. My first
can you read
prediction
me
is
mine because I don't have access to them right now.
Yeah, we'll read yours for you.
My first prediction is going to be Brewers going to jump through this window and catch a cat for the first time.
Well, judging by the sound, sounds probable.
Cory's first prediction, Serena wins a major.
Yeah, I know typically that wouldn't sound like really going out on a limb, but last year coming back from pregnancy, she did make it to 2 finals, but each time she had easy roads to the finals because she has such a low ranking because she has to build her ranking up again. That's how tennis works. If you're out for a long time, you drop down the rankings. And then each time she made it to the final, she actually played a top 10 player, and she got blasted both times. So I feel maybe this year she's been working hard, and she'll get over the edge. If she doesn't do it this year, I don't think she'll ever do it.
To counter that, Kevin.
We're going out of order here. All right. Serena does not win a major.
Well, you might as well do it.
Yeah.
Kevin says Serena does not win a major. And I will go ahead and say Sharapova wins a major.
Which is the same.
Damn.
Was I the one that... I think I was the one that called it last year, so...
That Serena wasn't going to win? Did we all just pick the same ones? Like
no, that Sharapova was going to win it. I think, if I remember. Shar wins major. All right, well, Cory's second one is Saints will win the Super Bowl.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
That one's just kind of self-explanatory. I think they're the best team. I mean, I think it'd be a huge upset. Well, not a huge upset if the Eagles were to beat them, and I think it'd be an upset if any other team were to beat them at this point.
Well, spoiler alert.
If the Eagles beat them, or an upset if anyone else beats them?
I think it's a big upset if the Eagles beat them, and then it's just an upset if any other, like if the Rams, that's like a smaller upset, and if the Chiefs, well, I guess if the Colts or the Chargers make it, that's a bigger upset. But
like that's a 6 seed also,
yeah.
So how's that any less of an upset?
Yeah, the Colts would be a big upset.
All right, so I have a team from LA wins the Super Bowl. Not too far-fetched, but far-fetched enough. I didn't commit to one team in particular because I didn't want to get burned after this week if one loses and one doesn't.
That's a bitch move right there, if I've ever seen one.
He didn't want the quick no.
It's an all-LA Super Bowl. How about that?
All right, well, then you got to predict that. Don't predict a team.
Well, that would be the Chargers because the Rams won the first meeting, and the Chargers seemed to do better the second time around. So,
all right, so you just think the Chargers are going to win the Super Bowl?
Yep.
All right. I predict the Patriots versus Eagles, Part 2. Oh, it's happening. And I won't predict who's going to win. I'm going to predict that the Patriots win.
Going out on a limb.
Going out on a limb.
You're number 9, Steffan. You just need to like say 3-peat. Jeez.
No, I like it better that way.
But before we get to that, we'll talk about Cory's claim that he will win fantasy NASCAR.
Wow.
Yeah, I really just put that in there to stick it to Steffan, and I don't want to pass over because I told him if he does win again that he will become the fantasy NASCAR expert, and I don't want to give that to him.
NASCAR. No, I'm the NASCAR expert, like just NASCAR expert.
Okay, either way, I don't want you to have that title, so I'm winning this shit.
Like, all I'm saying is that I'll start doing, the little NASCAR recaps and everything. Like, you're just not going to even talk when NASCAR comes up, basically.
So now all I have to do is move my head back and forth when the cars go around the lap.
Yeah, you'll have to do that whole thing. That's all you're allowed to do.
It's going to be Steffan's NASCAR update.
Yeah.
And it'll go just like that. 10 seconds of silence.
Basically.
So they're going to drive in a circle this week. No road course.
Kevin Harvick wins it again.
Yeah.
All right, on to you, Cory.
It's a track. They go around it.
All right, make your dumb prediction, Kevin.
I said Steffan finishes in last for NASCAR.
Makes no sense. Why would you pick me to finish last when I've dominated past 2 years?
Because all dynasties come to an end.
Dominated? I don't feel like
Dominated
you
the past 2
dominated
years.
this year.
You snuck by this year.
Dominated the past 2 years. I'm a bona fide dynasty right now.
If I remember
Is 2
my
in a row a
winning
dynasty?
2 in a row is a dynasty, yeah.
That's a football dynasty.
Anytime you win more than 1 in a row, it's a dynasty. So.
Oh. All right.
We're doing this podcast until you or I win NASCAR back-to-back, and then we'll call it a wrap on the podcast.
So we'll be doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
That's okay with me. I predict that I will be going back to back NASCAR champion.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a really solid trend of you guys following along my blueprint.
Well, right now we're just picking what you did.
They're not in that order.
Yeah. There's a couple differences coming up. Steffan kind of copied a lot, but I was a little unique first. I mean, he threw in some NBA. You picked your next one though. Whew. You said Jones versus Cormier 3 in heavyweight.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm digging it. I know there's all this talk that it's not going to happen. I think money talks, and it will happen.
I say it's not going to happen this year. I don't see
and
it
I hope,
happen.
and that's when DC is going to get his win, and then cement. You guys keep saying John Jones is the GOAT.
Paper champ.
Finally, DC will be the GOAT.
Paper champ. I don't see Jones accepting the heavyweight fight, though. That's the thing. I think he feels that he will lose at heavyweight. So if it does happen, it's going to happen at light heavyweight.
Side note, I heard Cain Velasquez is on his way back. He could potentially upset Cormier and screw the whole thing up.
Yeah. He's got a fight, I think, in March, along with Jones. Yeah. Jones has Anthony Smith tentatively, depending the Nevada Commission, end of January. But that fight,
Cain Velasquez
is
who I always thought was the greatest heavyweight until we saw Miocic go on his little run. So if Cormier was able to beat both of them, hats off.
But does Cormier actually fight him? That's the thing.
I don't know.
Can I make a bold surprise 11th prediction?
You can do whatever. I don't... We didn't even have it listed out last year, so this is an improvement. We were like,
I say we see
12
pulling them out.
Jones versus McGregor in 2019.
Oh, jeez, stop. Stop.
Kevin, could you just put a no next to that one?
Two greatest of all times, the GOATs.
That's worse than my McGregor gets killed by the KGB.
Yeah. I think the KGB thing was more likely.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think so. And it will end in a draw.
True.
Nobody wins.
Nobody wins.
Including the fans.
All right. Steffan, did you
also,
want to
my
throw
12th prediction, I will not finish in last in UFC. Here, I'll go write them down just to make sure they're official.
Steffan's gonna be the Bills fan of UFC. There's always next year.
There's always next year.
Your next one, Cory. Zion goes number 1 in the draft. I'm not gonna argue. That.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna argue that.
Well, you guys are telling me he's not even the best player on his own team.
That doesn't mean he's not going to go number 1. I think
I don't think I've ever said that he wasn't the best player on his own team.
I have. I know.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did. Early on, you said you agreed with me and said Barrett was better.
I was probably bullshitting.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
I think Barrett's better. I think Barrett's a better team player. I think Zion puts fans in the stands, and especially if Atlanta gets the #1 draft pick again, I think Zion to Young sells tickets. Or Young to Zion.
I got a question. Do any of us really think Zion's a franchise player, though?
I think he's
like if you draft Zion, do you think you can build your team around him and win a national championship? Like is he James Harden and
well, first
Harden
of all, it'd be an NBA.
So bad
Finals.
example. Is he Kevin Durant? Is he LeBron James? Do any of us think he'll be that good?
I think he is that good. I think he's LeBron more developed going in the NBA.
I think just like LeBron, he's got to develop a better jump shot.
I was just going to say, because honestly, when I see him, I think Blake Griffin, and Blake Griffin's a great player, but he's not a piece that is the center point of a team, because we saw what happened when the Clippers tried that. They didn't win. They won games in the regular season, but they didn't win anything.
Yeah, I think he's...
Side note, I think Brewer caught that cat.
So we all think you guys think he's better than Blake Griffin, or will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got more skill than Blake Griffin had coming in.
Fair enough. It was just a question I wondered. I know a lot of people are saying he's like Sean Kemp. I don't remember Sean Kemp in college, so I can't say anything.
I feel like Blake Griffin was strictly just athletic.
Also, my Duke hater in me kind of wants to see him fail in the NBA. So,
but I mean, I don't think that Zion's jump shot is absolutely terrible, but it definitely can improve.
I think I got this weird feeling because I think the NBA is fixed that Zion will be on Chicago to reignite that franchise.
The hell, what?
I think he'll be drafted by Chicago and will reignite that franchise.
Nah, probably not. It's probably going to
If that happens, I know the NBA is fixed. I should put that in my prediction.
He's going to go to the Suns, join up with DeAndre Ayton and what's his
and
face?
Devin Booker and other players you can't build around.
Yep. They'll be the next Golden State Warriors, just a bunch of really young, talented players, and then eventually they'll mature into a really good team.
Hopefully it's not the tale of the Thunder. 3 really good players who couldn't play together and ultimately blew up.
Watch last week's podcast.
It exploded.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow, it's insane.
Should have been there.
I wish I was. Next time I plan on it. Are they coming back to town soon?
I don't know. They blew up, so chances are slim. You can predict it, though.
All right, moving on.
I don't have anything like that, so I'm going to go with Syracuse makes the tournament. I did this before their last 2 wins. So.
Well, they have 2 quad 1 wins, right, Kevin? So there's a good chance now.
They're 7 wins away from going 9-9 in the ACC, so,
Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Steffan's
I'm going with Syracuse not making the tournament.
That's his #1, Cory, by the way.
That's his #1 prediction? Yep. I don't know why he picks it every year, because he even knows the math on it. Syracuse gets so many opportunities to beat a good team.
They're not going to beat, though. They're not going to win those games, though, this year. I'm sorry.
They just got 2.
Those
Virginia Tech is ranked ridiculously high.
Shut your mouth. Those aren't the wins he's talking about. The win over Clemson and Notre Dame is not
quad 1s, baby. Oh my God. It's all about those quads.
Facts. I'm doing squats right now.
All right, Cory's 6th goes to the NFL and says Bengals.
Just stick with the college basketball. Go to his UNC.
Fine. UNC makes the Sweet 16.
Last year I said they wouldn't. This year I'm riding with it. They will. I like their chances a little bit better, although I don't like how they play on neutral sites, which is a big problem for the tournament for those people who don't know.
This one's going to be painful for me. I put it down because...
I didn't even realize you put this down, and I put down the exact same.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, is he just agreeing with me? Gonzaga makes the Final Four.
Wow.
I literally had the exact
That is a surprise. That is a crazy prediction coming from Kevin.
Yeah.
Steffan, I'm not that impressed.
That one hurt to write it down. So much so, I
put that same thing down, and then like right before we were starting, or maybe after we started or something, I was like going through and reading, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? I thought he like added it after me or something. I didn't even realize.
Are you guys strictly just feeling that because they beat Duke, or what?
I just feel like they have the team that can make the run, whether or not they fulfill it. I couldn't commit to a national championship, let alone a win in there. But I mean,
let's think about it though. They beat Duke. They lost to Tennessee, which that game could have gone either way. North Carolina on the road. That was a tough one. I mean, you're literally traveling all the way across the country. So I don't really take too much off of that game. And then, I mean, the only thing that I worry about is, like I've told you before, is their defense. I mean, I feel like Rui kind of slacks on defense a little bit at times.
But you're getting Tilly back soon, too.
We are getting Tilly back. And we get another guard back that's been out for a while. So I think that they do have as good of a chance as, I know you guys only believe 6 teams can actually win it or something like that.
Kevin did not agree to that. I said only 5 or 6.
I said 7 to 10.
Yeah. I think there's a solid 10 teams that could win it all.
You could even name 10 teams, though.
No, you named 9.
I did name 10 teams. Don't tell me I didn't name 10
Marquette,
teams.
I was done. I'm done. Marquette isn't winning anything.
Huh?
You, reached for, Marquette as your 10th. Marquette isn't winning a national championship.
I said St. John's was in there. They were undefeated at the time.
At the time.
I made it, so I had to update my prediction because I didn't want to copy Kevin, so I made it even more bold, and I said they will make the championship game. I will not commit to them winning the championship game, but they will make the championship game.
I hope they do. I hope it's Gonzaga Duke.
Hope it's Gonzaga UNC. Part Trace 3.
I just want to see Gonzaga UNC part Trace would be awesome, but I'm a realist, and UNC is not going to the title.
At least you're a realist.
I think Duke Gonzaga for a rematch would be awesome.
The only reason they beat Gonzaga like they did is because, like we say with the tournament, styles make games, and UNC wants to run up and down and score points, and so does Gonzaga. And I just think UNC, 1, they were home, and 2, they do it a little better than Gonzaga.
And they made.
But I feel like when you see UNC play Duke, who's athletic and can score and play some defense, UNC is going to get crushed. Where we saw Gonzaga be able to hang with them and beat them.
UNC on a neutral court is a different game than at UNC.
Right, that's why I said 1, it was at UNC, and 2, I think they play the way you play a little bit better.
I don't know if I'd say that. I think it's more of the home court, honestly.
Well, there's more. You guys are more play team basketball, and UNC's got better scorers than you do.
I don't know if I'd even agree to that.
I think Luke May, Cameron Johnson, and Kobe White are a better trio than what you have. Scoring. We'll agree to disagree. Moving on.
Moving on. Now we can go to some NFL. Go ahead.
I have Cory saying Bengals finish with the worst record in the NFL next season.
Good. Now you're getting a stud coach, and you're just gonna go from
a stud coach. A stud coach has proven nothing.
Well, why are they going after him if he's not good?
Because they're the Bengals.
Same reason they kept around a coach that wasn't good for 16 years.
Same reason they were happy with mediocrity for 16 years.
Yeah.
The Bengals just like to be semi-relevant. They just want their name in the hat. They don't want to do anything.
They don't want to win Super Bowls. That's overrated.
No, they want their name. They want their name in the hat. They don't want it
I
to
just
be
can't believe that they really got rid of Marvin Lewis a year after he said he was ready to win Super Bowls.
16 years into it.
Yeah. Nah, I feel like new coach, new quarterback. Switch it all up. Change it up. See what happens.
What quarterback are you going to go for? You're not going to draft one. You're not going to...
Why not?
Who are you going to draft?
Well, the one that they want or would take isn't going to fall to them. I think the Giants will take Haskins.
You're not going to get anybody decent.
Side note.
They might shoot a...
Side question for you,
They might shoot
Cory.
a flyer on one in second.
Side question for you is Arizona going to get rid of their quarterback? And get Murray?
Get rid of Josh Rosen and draft Kyler Murray because their coach said that he would take him number one?
Yeah.
No. I think it's easy to say that when you aren't a head coach in the NFL and you don't have that opportunity. I think if you take Kyler Murray number one overall, you're an idiot. He's not even 5'9". He's small, even not muscular. He's not big.
Flutie flakes. Come on. Have some love for the shorter quarterbacks.
He's going to get hurt. He just runs around. He doesn't even throw that accurate of a ball. I just think, he's a crazy good athlete, but there's lots of those. I think once he has the number one pick, he'll probably just take a defensive player because it's that Williams dude, the defensive tackle for Alabama, is number one on everyone's boards. The safe pick is just take best player available, especially when you're a new head coach. Don't try anything crazy.
All right. So Cory went NFL. I will do my NFL, and I say Bucks finish 9-7.
Yeah, 2 Bucks predictions.
That's not a Bucks prediction.
Oh, is that a different Buck or a different Tampa?
Yeah, that's baseball.
We don't talk about baseball on this podcast. What are you doing?
So you like the Arians hire?
I changed it from 6 and 10 to 9-7. So I think they go 9-7. I'm not ready to commit to a playoff team.
I hope you're not ready to commit to a Super Bowl. This guy is just jumping.
I will say I do like his coordinators. He's got Byron Leftwich for his offensive coordinator. He did some good things coming in to replace the Arizona Cardinals midway through this past season. And then you also have the Jets former coach there. Why can't I remember his name?
Todd Bowles.
So I like both of them as coordinators. I like Bowles as a coordinator before he became a head coach. I believe it was with the Broncos, so I'm not going to complain about having good defense. So we'll see.
I don't think anybody wants to complain about that.
Yeah, defense wins championships.
No, that's not true.
Just ask the Eagles
Bears
last
would be in
year.
a championship game if that was true.
Eagles last year? Come
on. Eagles have good offense.
Okay.
I will say the Raiders go from worst to first in their division.
You want to make it a shot bet?
I do not want to make that a shot bet. Thank you anyway. Lost out on that once. I buy into that shit again.
Fool me once. What we got here? Cory has Manny Pacquiao announces retirement.
Yeah, because I think he's going to lose his next fight. And after that, I don't really think he has any relevance. So I'm saying he announces a retirement in 2019, calls it a career.
It's been a good one.
Not a good one?
It's been a good one. Jeez.
Oh.
I will go with Tampa Bay Rays will make the playoffs this year. I believe they finished strong last year. Ended up with 90-something wins, but the AL East is a hard division to make the playoffs in, but I think they'll either snag the wild card or the division this year. I think Boston seems to be like every other year, so this is their off year, and then they'll be back next year.
I don't have any baseball predictions, but
do you have?
I don't think I did either.
Well, do you have anything other than NBA? How about that? Because that's all Cory has left.
Yeah, no, I got football. More football.
There you go.
I predict Foles will be back with the Eagles as a backup once again. He will not be going anywhere. He will not be taking over the starting position. I don't care if they win the Super Bowl. He will be back as the backup.
You're telling me if he wins Super Bowl MVP?
I am telling you, if he wins a Super Bowl MVP for a second year in a row, he will be back as the backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz is the future.
Making $20 million a year on the bench?
I don't care how much they got to pay the man. Pay him. Pay him more than Wentz, but keep him as your backup. I don't care.
Well, on that note, Cory, you jump into the NBA, and you.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that. I can't talk to Insane.
What do you mean?
You have Golden State does not win the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I know they're the heavy favorite. Still, I don't like it. I don't think they're going to do it.
I think we're in agreement.
I agree.
I just don't know who will. I don't really know who I think can beat them in 7 games, but
I don't even.
I just think something's going to happen.
You know what? I'm going to add my 11th. Here, I'll write it down. I don't even think Golden State's in the NBA Finals.
Possible.
I got Celtics winning championship.
That's one of your predictions?
That's my prediction.
I can't spell right now.
Bold.
I think Celtics are starting to come around. They're starting to play much better as a team.
I'm just saying it's bold because you got the Bucks in Toronto who still seem better.
I don't know if I consider the Bucks better.
The Bucks?
I mean, the Bucks just beat Houston in Houston. Houston was hot.
They're on the road the next 15.
So one game just decides a team's whole season.
They've been pretty.
I'm just saying they're good. You're making it like they aren't that good.
I'm not saying they're not good. Did I say they weren't good? But you're saying that they were like better.
You don't think they're better than the Celtics?
That was the whole argument. You said they were better. I don't think they're any better than the Celtics. I think they're both pretty much equal. Either one of them could win. But I'm thinking that the Celtics are going to pull it out. Celtics have been there. Bucks were there, but got swept in the first round.
No, they didn't. They took Philly to 7 and lost.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they played Cleveland.
No. No, Toronto got swept by Cleveland.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Cleveland played somebody else, so they were like the 4 seed or something.
Right. I don't. Oh, Cleveland barely got by Indiana.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't think that they're. I mean, based on this year, like, yeah, they just beat the Rockets, but it's not like the Celtics haven't beaten anybody formidable this year. Like, they've beaten some decent teams too. But it all comes down to, can you win 7 games or 4 games out of a 7-game series?
No, I know. That's why I'm saying I still couldn't tell you a team who can actually beat Golden State in 7 games. But I just got this weird feeling they're going to choke.
I think that the West. I agree with you because I think the West is wide open this year, and it's definitely a different. And then who the hell knows what the hell LeBron's going to pull out in the fucking playoffs. Some crazy shit will happen, I'm sure.
He's resting right now.
The Lakers will end up making the Western Conference Finals somehow.
Probably.
But yeah, I mean, and then the Rockets, I mean, they're obviously not playing to their potential, but they've started getting hot and looking like they should. So they're obviously a team that can be in the finals as well. So
I just don't think the only reason they're hot though is James Harden's play, and I don't think his play is sustainable. If we see someone really average 41 points and then a triple-double on top of that, I don't even know what to say about a season like that. I just don't think that's going to happen, even though he's been doing that over the last 7 or 8 games.
The biggest thing is Bogey Cousins hasn't even come back. So
yeah, I know. For Golden State, right? All right, he'll probably come back and look like a stud, and then Golden State will crush everyone, and I'll have a wrong prediction again.
Yeah.
He'll be used to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have one more NFL prediction, and that is the Raiders finish below 500. Far reach, I know. Surprise.
So what, 7-9?
Anything below 500. It's better than Steffan's from worst to first.
Mine sounds better, though.
Yeah, but yours is really far reach with the Chiefs and Chargers.
That's the point of these predictions, okay? You're supposed to reach for them.
I don't know. Cory didn't reach for a lot of these. So.
Yeah, Serena winning a title. Ooh, it's a reach.
UNC makes the Sweet 16. Oh, that's a reach.
I have 2 other ones. I have Le'Veon Bell goes to the Eagles. They won't be able to sign. They won't be able to sign Fultz for $20 million at that point. But
no, you're gonna have Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
I don't want Antonio Brown. He's a cancer.
He has a Super Bowl.
My boldest prediction of them all: me making a miraculous comeback and winning the regular season college basketball pick'em. I feel it. Feel it happening.
You don't have that.
I mean, you aren't going to have a lot of yeses, Steffan.
I think I'm going to have more than 2 yeses out of my 13.
I don't think you had any last year, so that's an improvement.
That is true. I mean, I only had 2, I think, so.
I think I only had 2 or 3 or 2.5, something like that. My last one is that the Sounders will win the MLS Cup this year. Call him a shot. And then Cory's got one more. Anthony Davis becomes a Laker.
Yeah, I think that happens this year. But the reason that it is a reach is because I'm hearing Boston's going to go hard for him, and I could see him being enticed to play over there.
The East is the new West in the NBA, so
basically, and I just think Boston has a lot more parts to form a championship team than the Lakers have, and also I think Anthony Davis would like to be the man of the team.
Yeah,
as
but
long
the
as
Lakers
LeBron's
have
on the team.
LeBron.
Yeah, but as long as LeBron's on the team, you won't be the man. You won't be the number one. I mean, we saw Kyrie not okay with that and leave.
So why did you say Anthony Davis will become a Laker?
It's a reach. The reason I think he will.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay.
I feel like you said with predictions, you got to make a little bit of a reach. I think that there's a possibility just because there's an opening there and they have a ton of money. The only way he becomes a Laker is if I'm wrong, because I think Anthony Davis is about winning games, not about money. But if I'm wrong and he's about money, the Lakers have a ton of money and they're going to throw it all at him. So we'll see.
Yeah, but New Orleans is going to have the most money to give to him.
They will have the most, but as far from what I heard, Boston has money, but not the kind that he could get from LA. And I think he gives, you and I talked, I think he gives New Orleans this year, like the regular season, so up until June, and then I think he leaves and picks another team. I don't know where. I'm guessing the Lakers.
The funny thing is that Jason Tatum said that he would even trade himself to get Anthony Davis. He goes, I would trade myself to get Anthony Davis. So yeah, I see the Celtics definitely making a play at him. They'll definitely have to lose some sort of assets though, which is unfortunate. But to gain somebody like
honestly, if they had to lose one, I would try to get rid of Hayward or Irving. I would not give up Tatum or Brown, your younger core.
Right. Yeah. No,
And Irving, you could honestly afford because you have Smart and Rozier, who, yeah, combined they probably aren't as good as Irving, but they're good enough.
I don't know. Like I've grown to like really love Kyrie Irving, so it's kind of tough to like get rid of him because
I know he's amazing.
Just take over a game, and he's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
LeBron doesn't have that title in Cleveland without him.
I just don't know if they. I mean, really, like, do you need like a star point guard at that point? Like, if you had Tatum, Brown, Hayward, and Anthony Davis, you pretty much just need somebody that's just going to distribute to them. You don't really need somebody that's going to go out there and take control of the game.
Right, and Rozier even showed at some games he could take over.
Oh, he can, yeah, definitely. But I wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you would either. Put him on the same page as Kyrie.
No, for me personally, I know people are really offended, but I think Kyrie's the best point guard in the league. I know people think Steph Curry is, but I don't.
Yeah, no, I would definitely. I mean, I love Steph Curry, but Kyrie is probably the best finisher at the rim out of all the point guards.
And maybe ever.
Yeah. And possibly the best finisher in the league, honestly.
I think he's the best in the league. It's more a question, is he ever? Because Allen Iverson was so amazing, but it's pretty much between those two.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. It's always interesting in NBA offseason. That's it. It's all our predictions.
Perfect.
Did we want to make a bet?
Right?
Did we want to make a bet or no?
I don't think I want to make a bet. You guys can make a bet.
Are we making a bet? Are we making a bet on who has the most right?
Yeah, that's what I was going for. But
Steffan, write it down.
Steffan doesn't want to bet.
Oh, what's the bet?
Well, he doesn't have to. I'll bet with you.
Okay.
It depends on what the bet is.
What did you want to bet?
If it's a drinking bet, I'll do it.
We'll do some shots.
Well, that's what I was just going to put shots down because money's too difficult with all of us.
I would almost want to say number of shots for the first or the person that got the most right. We'll do that many shots. The two losers.
I'm cool with it.
Sound good, Steffan?
Sounds
good.
All right. There we go.
There we go.
That'll be a fun drunk podcast. I mean, we got 2 right last year, or 2, 3, something like that, whatever. So it wouldn't be too bad.
No. This year, I feel like all our bets are going to be in shots, so the end of this year could be a hefty episode.
Yeah, there could be like 5 or 6 this year.
Yeah.
I feel like the winner could take. Not too worried about Steffan's picks, but
I could see at least.
I feel like if Stephanie would hits one, he should get double the work.
I should get double points for every one I hit. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will say.
If you get the McGregor Jones one, I'm done with the podcast. That's that bad.
I think if I get the McGregor Jones ones, I win the whole thing. You guys got to do however many I got wrong.
Oh, that'd be a rough day, but I think I'd still be upset about the whole fight happening.
I want to see that fight. It'd be a good fight.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would. Be a good fight.
Tall, lanky Jones versus a small McGregor. Yeah, great fight.
Okay. Anywho, here's to hoping I get a lot of these predictions right.
And here's to year 3.
Yep.
Year 3. Better than ever.
Yeah. Whew. At least we had this prepared this time. We didn't reach for the stars.
Yeah.
Nope.
I
like it.
Next week, are we doing the Somebodies? We naming our winners for the year?
I'm down. Somebody's it is.
Somebody.
I'm good for Tuesday.
Ooh, and it's back to our normal time.
Tuesday.
I'm good for Tuesday. Let's go.
All right. Oh, wrong one.
Glad I did all of our basketball picks before Tuesday.
Yeah, good job.
You missed 2 games though. You missed the Gonzaga San Francisco game and the Syracuse Duke game.
You picked those?
No.
Oh, why didn't you pick them?
You didn't have them on though. I was surprised.
Well, I thought I was only supposed to pick games that were in the 50th percentile. Those weren't.
Oh, I don't care.
Kevin would have still picked Syracuse. He may have picked San Francisco.
That was a stretch. Yeah.
You would have thought about it.
I'll wait till the February 23rd when Duke actually comes to Syracuse.
Right.
Kevin likes that game a little more.
Yeah, but Gonzaga's in San Francisco. I mean,
Yeah, that's actually could be a good game.
on ESPN2. People can watch. Shout out.
Watch that instead of the Cowboys game.
Isn't it later?
Well, Cowboys game will still be going on. It starts at 10 o'clock.
Either way, I would never watch that instead of the Cowboys game.
Either way, you're not invited back next week.
Cory,
Or to my birthday.
Cory, I'll let you call in.
All right.
He can't control that.
Alexa told us that you can't join.
Oh,
us,
yeah.
So, spoiler alert in case you missed the beginning of the episode here.
You also said I can't join what?
Cool. We did a heads or tails to introduce Alexa as our heads and tails. And
Yeah.
Steffan did heads, you could come back, and tails, no, you couldn't. And she picked tails.
So, you're
Alexa hates me.
So just remember that when we were doing our next bracket.
It's fine. Siri understands me.
Siri gets it. Well, now we can pick. Do we want to do a Siri or that'll be our next choice when you do a veto? Who's on
You
your
get to
side?
choose which one you want.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Okay.
We should all get our own. I'm gonna bring an actual old school coin. I'm just gonna bring a coin.
Ooh, or you could do that too.
So Cory can use Siri. You can use Alexa. I'm
Then
gonna
you
use a
have to
coin.
zoom in though.
No, you're gonna have to take my word for it.
Well, Cory's gonna have to be present.
No. Cory can't look.
Oh, look at that! It's heads. It's heads every time. I don't understand.
All right, boys. Tuesday next week.
8-town.
It's a show, as always. Cool.
All right.
Later.
See ya.
See you. He just straight up hung up. Didn't even let me end the stream.
We got time for you.
Ready for year 3? Let's go.
Let's go.